everyone, welcome to my latest video. This is Krista from Simply Breathe Now, and I'm going to bring a video to you today about how to draw a mandala. There's a video coming out for my May insert, and the surprise spread this month for May is how to draw a mandala. So I'm going to do this video for you so that you'll have an idea for when the insert comes out. So this is the page that is in the insert, and it actually walks you through how to do it. So the first thing that you need to do is draw circles with a compass. So a compass from our grade 9 math sessions is one of these. I bought a whole kit that came with compasses and protractors, this whole little kit at the Dollarama in Canada for probably $2 or $3. It comes with this lots of more pencil leads and sharpener, eraser, a little ruler. So this is the compass that I use. Lots of people have commented that when they make the circles, that the point of the compass actually ends up making holes in their paper, and they don't like that because it goes through several papers. So you might want to bulk up with some cardboard underneath. I don't find that it causes too much problem for myself, but some people do, so that's a tip for you. So you take your compass and draw as many or as few circles as you would like and space them far apart as you would like. So if you're going to just do a regular mandala, you don't necessarily have to do evenly spaced out circles. You can do whatever you want, skinny and big. If you're going to do a mood mandala, you would probably, so this is an example of a mood mandala. Hopefully it shows up the pencil marks that you would do them. I do a mood mandala for every dot I do a day. So this one is coming up, and it's for 31 days. And so there's 31 circles, and each one is roughly spaced about a dot apart from each other. But you don't have to do that if you're just drawing a mandala and not necessarily doing a mood mandala. So then what you do is go and you draw your 90-degree lines, then your 45, and then your 22. So then you have to get your protractor out, again, back to grade 9 math, and you mark off. So I mark off my 90s, and then you go and you put your protractor on and you find your 45s all the way around, and then half of 45 is your 22s. Then you do your 22s, and then you just join them up and you draw them to each, match them up, and then you draw your lines. Then after that you would pick a pattern. So you draw between dissecting lines and circles. So you pick your however far out you're going to go, your circle that you're going to go out. You make sure that you do that all the way around. And that if you are dissecting a line, that you make sure that you do that same pattern for everything all the way around. If you make a mistake, it's okay if you just go back and do it all the way around, then it's no longer a mistake. So as long as you keep it consistent, then you'll be able to make it look like it's supposed to look like. And lots of people make mistakes. You're like, oh, that's not where I wanted to go. Okay, so I'm going to fix it by every line or every pattern is going to be the same. So once you do it in one circle and line, you just repeat it around and around and around. And then I put down here tips. Turn your page as you go. So I'm going to draw this for you. I'm going to do it from the side angle so you'll be able to see hopefully how I'm drawing it. So turn your page as you go. Make sure that you're going around. Don't try to draw upside down or anything. Turn as you go. Mandalas are about patterns, which, as I just said, so that you just make sure that the pattern is consistent. Keep the same space, keep your line and spacing the same. So as long as it's always the same, you're good. And then experiment and enjoy. So when I first started doing mandalas, I would go on and just search a whole bunch of mandalas in any platform I could find. Pinterest, any of the bullet journaling Facebook groups have lots of different inspiration, and I would just save a whole bunch of them. And then I would go in and I would oh, I like this part of this mandala, and I would put that in my center. And then I would search some more and I'd be like, oh, I like how this one has more of a zentangle right about halfway through. Oh, I'm going to do that one. And then I would try that. And so I would experiment. And then after about 4 or 5 mandalas, was experienced enough to be able to say, I think I love this pattern. This would look good here now. And so I'm going to show you a few examples of mood mandalas that I've done. So now this is for March of this year. So this one, I'm now just drawing from my mind. I'm just kind of doing it as I go. I used to fill in the circles of the color of my moods and then come back at the end and take an hour and just draw one whole mandala. But I found in February, I started to do it as I go, and I actually really enjoyed that. So I was doing it again for March. I kind of, once you have about 4 or 5 colors, going and drawing and then leaving about 4 or 5 colors and then drawing again, and you can see how it unfolds. And I really enjoyed that process. So there's a couple of examples of just different mandalas that I'm now doing, having enough experience, I'm kind of now doing on my own and out of my own brain. And sometimes it comes easy and sometimes it doesn't. But it's fun, and I really do enjoy the mandalas. So I'm now going to change the camera angle, and I'm gonna actually show you how I draw this. Okay, here we go. We're gonna draw the mandala. So the first pattern that we have are kind of little flower petals, and so they start in the center and they go up 1, 2, 3 circles, and they go up and around the line. So I'm going to go up on this side of every line, up 3 circles, so they all end at the same way. And hopefully you can see what I'm drawing. I'm turning my page as I go. Sorry, my page. There we go. Go like that. And now that I've got the one to every side, now I'm going to go back and fill it in and go on the other side. And it'll start to look like pellets, little petals for the flower. It seems to have no tongue today. It's frozen from the snow. We're having snow in April. Can you believe it? I don't think anyone's happy about that right now. Okay. So we've got our petals for the first one. So now we have, you can see the whole inner part is finished. So now we're going to do this part. So it goes up one line and ends in the middle. So I'm going to do this line all the way around to all of them. Okay, make sure I have you in the camera. So it goes up, and then I leave a space, and then I go up, and then I leave a space. Is that correct? Yep, there's one flower petal in the middle. So the next step, so you should be able to see, is that I've taken this line and I've drawn it all the way around, and now I'm going to complete it. So now I'm going to come back down on the other side. So that's the bottom pattern of this one, but now I have this top pattern. So I'm going to go around again, and I'm going to go up. Start at the same point, but go up to the next circle, and then I'm going to go start on the one side, and I'll do the one side, then I'll come back and do the opposite side, and then I'm going to do the lines that connect them both. Okay? So it's hard to get it so that the camera can see it and I don't run into anything and my page can turn and you can still see. Down. So as you're filling this in, even though your pencil lines are there, you can, in the mood mandala, by the time you add the color and your mandala over top, you actually don't end up seeing the pencil lines hardly at all. If you do draw a mandala and then don't color it, you probably will want to come back and erase the circle lines and your straight lines. And when you do that, you just want to make sure that your pen has had enough time to dry, because otherwise it will smudge and smear. So just keep that in mind if you're going to go back and erase. Okay, so now we've done the second part of the mandala. There we go. So our next step are these ones here. So they go up one line higher than what this is, and they start one line higher than that one, or circle line, yeah, and then they come up to the one above. So we'll do that one now. I find mandalas very relaxing to do. They're very mindful. I might have to put some music on for the rest of the mandala, because I find it very hard to actually talk and draw, concentrate where I'm supposed to be writing. There we go. So that's the inner part of the mandala, as you can see. So that's the flower finished. So now what I have attempted to start was kind of like a Zentangle that goes around and kind of breaks up the inner with the outer. So we'll need to draw an inner box and an outer box, and then every single time there's a line, it has a thickened line and then two on the outside. So I will be doing that, and then in the middle I will be going back and putting a dot. Okay. Okay, so now that we've done that, we're gonna do this next part. So this next part's a bit tricky. You can see it. So this line and this line, so this one and this one are exactly the same, and instead of taking a break like we did here between, they go with every single line instead of every other line. And when you go all the way up to the top and you end up finishing both sides, you end up with these 3 drawn all together. So basically you have to go from the bottom up 2 on every single one instead of skipping. Okay, so we'll do that. As you can see, when you finish it, you can see you get the 3 different boxes. And now, so the original page here, we have these little things that come up to the middle one, so we'll fill those in. The last part of the mandala of this one is this leaf formation. So you're going up 1, 2 more steps, and you go straight up and straight back down with a line in the middle. So we'll finish that part. so that's the mandala drawn. I hope that you found it very helpful and that the angle was a good angle, that you were able to see how I was drawing all the patterns. Basically, it's once you get your outline done that you just pick a pattern and go for it. And it's, if you make a mistake, you fix it with continuing that same pattern through the whole circle. I am going to link Kara Benz's video. She's from Boho Berry. On her very first how to draw a mandala. That's how I was the very first one that I watched and how I learned how to do it, how to draw the circles and how to go through. She's done several other ones as well. She's done 1 month in my bullet journal. She combined every day's video to show you how she did her mandala, and it turned out really beautiful. So check her link out below. And if you have any questions or comments, as always, please post them below and I will join in the conversation down there when I can. Thanks. I hope you're having a great day.